What's good everybody, and welcome to First Look, the series where we see how some of the draft's top prospects have fared early on in their seasons. In this one, we've got Arizona star Ben Mathurin. Montreal's own Mathurin is a 6'7" sophomore swingman who is a very good athlete and has found a way to score and affect the game in numerous ways. He really burst onto the scene as a freshman, and it looked like he might enter the draft, but he opted to return, and so far it's paid off. We won't talk about every aspect right now, but let's go ahead and get into his game. Ben Mathurin has been one of the most efficient scorers in the country thus far, and he's done just a little of everything, scoring in transition, off spot ups, done a little off of handoffs and in the pick and roll, and especially as a cutter and finishing at the basket at a really high rate. He's not your classic on-ball self-creator, but he's effective in other ways, and he's really taken a huge step forward in his consistency and assertiveness as the lead guy this year. But getting into his shooting first. Mathurin has great looking mechanics from top to bottom, great balance, he shoots it off the left, right, and hop with a high release point and legitimate elevation on his jump shot. Over his 2 seasons at Arizona, Mathurin has been knocked down, hitting nearly 2 a game at about 40% in 38 career contests. This year the attempts have gone way up and the percentage dipped just slightly, but I think he's shown he can be one of the best in the class here, both on spot ups and with some legitimate movement ability that he's shown has the potential to expand even further in a situation that waters the seed. His ability to quickly set his feet and raise up straight into that shot on the move is excellent. Of course, I'd like to see even more of this at Arizona, but I'm sure whoever picks him will want to incorporate it to the fullest extent. At 6'7", 210, Mathurin is an excellent athlete, and it of course sets up other parts of his game. He's at his most explosive off 2 feet, but he can get up off of 1 as well, and it's been on full display so far. He's windmilled, gone behind the back, caught some lobs, all while often being eye level with the rim. And there's not much else to do here than let the film speak for itself.
He's been able to get to the lane and you walk it up every time you zone him. Push ahead, Mathurin jams it home.
Another big part of his game that he's shown is his cutting. He's a pretty good improviser who has good feel and timing for when to go, and he's executed their design sets and back cuts to the fullest. While you can't 100% credit him on all of these, what you can credit him for is the ability to sell it and ultimately finish the play off at the bucket. In fact, he's shooting 75% at the basket in the half court, which is just simply ridiculous for a wing or guard. He's got really good body control, and that's where the athleticism has probably been the most functional for him.
And there's a turnover. The pressure for Arizona. Up ahead is Coloco. No, this is Mathurin, and he last game. Just because you haven't been in the last game.
And Coloco misses, but
Mathurin space, so he'll let it fly. No good. Underneath.
Now to some things I'm watching going forward. Something I really like to see from Mathurin is more consistency on the defensive end. He's got really good potential here, but there are a lot of little things and discipline that I think he could easily take care of. There have been times where he falls asleep off ball and just has improper positioning, and his closeouts have allowed a few too many defensive breakdowns. Screen navigation can definitely improve as well. And a lot of this expectation for more comes from him having these excellent moments where he plays angry and gets up into his opponent or makes a key rotation and steal. He really does have a lot of tools to be high impact here, especially on this level.
13. Yes.
He learned firsthand all of the metrics, all the things.
And then offensively, Mathurin isn't the most natural self-creator. This is an area that's more of a long-term thing that we highlighted last year, and though he has still shown some great flashes, and especially this summer with Canada, it's still not really been a part of his game. And I'm mostly referring to when the drive to the basket isn't there, because the first step and rip through has gotten him some consistent good looks at the bucket. It's definitely unfair to sort of dismiss him for what he can do when he does a lot of things well, but I think it's reasonable to want a little more. I'm not asking him to be Cam Thomas like you wouldn't ask all bigs to shoot threes. I'm really looking at how effective he is at taking those floaters and pull-ups off of curls or dribble handoffs, and getting into a dribble pull-up when his team might need a bucket late, or things of that nature within this Arizona offense. Plays like this sidestep and a few from his run with Team Canada are still part of what make him as highly regarded a prospect as he is. While the Pac-12 isn't nearly as good as it was last year, there are still some great matchups for Arizona and Mathurin specifically. He's got Johnny Juzang and Jaime Jaquez on February 3rd, and they've got a matchup with top 10 ranked USC that I'm looking forward to as well. Other than that, there are a lot of games that he can kind of coast through, or that we're not going to learn much new about him until we get into the tournament. I feel like this is just going to be a theme with this class, and though I'm trying to be more original with this section, it's just kind of turned out this way. Mathurin represented his home country Canada during the FIBA U19 World Championships this summer, where he averaged about 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, and dropped 31 in the bronze medal game playing alongside guys like Caleb Houston and Zach Edey.
It was amazing to play for my country, obviously. I went to Latvia, so just to play, against different players from different countries was an amazing experience, and just to see what type of great players they have in different countries.
I feel like he's gonna help me a lot, because most of you guys know my goal is to play in the NBA. I practiced for a whole week with NBA players, and I just took a lot of knowledge from them. They told me about things I needed to expect when I get to the NBA. So just a small preview of what to expect when I go over there, and some things I can worry about. Make sure I do the things well.
I think Ben Mathurin has done enough to warrant top 7 consideration, but I think he's pretty safely in the top 10 right now for all the reasons we discussed. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below what you think of Ben Mathurin's game. I'm Keandre, this is Hoop Intellect, and I'm out.
When I'm coming past, it's a parade when I'm coming past. Hey, I could count 1,000,001 in cash. And still I give all I have.